Hello and welcome to your Broken Galaxy. I am Broken, and this is without a doubt my most outlandish and unrealistic what if scenario to date. Today I'm answering the question, what if Star Wars The Acolyte is actually good? So, we, the audience and fans of Star Wars, have been betrayed and downtrodden again and again. We have largely given up hope. Jyn Erso would be disappointed in us. With exhaustion and depression, we sit down in front of our TVs or our devices on June 4th and bring up Disney Plus with a 99.9999% expectation of disappointment. But we think to ourselves, there is still that 1 in a million shot that Disney might be able to put something out there which we actually enjoy. And so the lights are low. We watch as the opening titles come, and from the beginning of the show onward, we find ourselves being pleasantly surprised again and again. We knew that many of the costume designs would be good. We knew that the music would be amazing. We even expected there to be some solid acting in there. But the creative team has decided to once again subvert our expectations, this time by actually writing a coherent show which honors George Lucas's vision and the source material and shows respects to the fans who have found so much delight in this galaxy so far, far away. After the end credits of episode 2 roll, we take to the internet and start telling of the anomaly that we have just seen. We make tweets and videos urging people to watch this show. We text and call friends saying that it was actually good. As we go throughout the week, our optimism slowly starts to die, though. We keep thinking to ourselves, how? How are they going to ruin it? It's one thing to make a couple of good episodes, but they are going to throw this all away in order to shove their political ideas down our throats. But we all begrudgingly decide to keep giving the show a chance. And when episode 3 debuts, we sit and we watch. The action, the pacing, the dialogue, all of it, despite our cynicism, is amazing. But then we start to doubt ourselves. Have we lost our ability to detect when something is bad? Has the bar for entertainment been set so low that now things which would have otherwise caused us to step back in revulsion are things that we think might be good TV? We rush to X to find out what others think and find that we're not alone. The internet's talking about how good The Acolyte is. We watch videos of Star Wars Theory saying he's glad that Disney is finally stepping up. But then, after a few days, we start to grow pessimistic again. We start to consider ideas on how these new characters that we're growing to care for could be ruined for the sake of the message. We sit down to watch episode 4 with all the bitterness we become complacent with. Yet, lo and behold, the episode furthers a decent plot, introducing new twists and turns that catch us off guard and delight our imaginations as we think of how they could resolve these plot points. But then we start to think of all the terrible ways that the show may ruin itself with these new setups and plot points. We listen to Nerdrotic about how the show is defying expectations, but fully expecting that Disney will destroy something good once again. As episode 5 approaches, we start to feel the weight of so much disappointment that Disney has been giving us with Star Wars, and not just Disney, but everything to do with Star Trek, The Rings of Power, and Doctor Who even, among so many others. We sit down with our favorite ice cream, thinking that when the Acolyte disappoints us, at least we can calm our sorrows with some nice cold sugar. But again, the end credits roll, and we find ourselves shocked and delighted. We go online to see again we're not alone. People are starting to be positive. People are starting to have hope, but the hope doesn't last. Episode 6 is a bit of a calm episode. It doesn't ruin the story, but we can tell it's just kind of filler. We were high on hope, but now we are riding low on dread. The internet has dipped back down on its roller coaster of a reaction to this show, and most people think that while the show hasn't completely destroyed itself yet, that this is the edge of the cliff that the writers are about to throw it off of. But a small segment of the people say, what if episode 6 was just a dramatic break, to let us collect ourselves and build suspense as we approach the climax. People are fighting in comment sections of every video and on X. People are making dancing videos on TikTok of remixes of the theme song. It is a ticking time bomb of culture. Episode 7 releases, and the masses bite their fingernails in anticipation. As the show goes forwards, the heroes are met with greater and greater difficulties, but keep, by the skin of their teeth, overcoming them until finally, in the last moment, our heroes are defeated before our eyes. For the characters, all hope is lost, and yet for the audience, hope rides high. The expectation of how to resolve this cliffhanger of an episode is all anyone can talk about. For 4 days, the internet is singing the praises of the Acolyte for reigniting our faith in Disney. But then, as though it were a wave, pessimism and depression set in again. For 3 days, the vitriol and hate in anticipation of how Disney has ruined everything it has touched for over the last decade rears its ugly head. We gather and we wait in front of our TVs for episode 8. It opens, and the heroes find themselves just as overwhelmed as all of us are watching. We are right there with them. They are hoping to defeat the dark side, and we are hoping that for once in our entire lives, Disney won't screw it up. As the story unfolds, the brave Jedi use all of the trials that they have overcome and the skills they've earned through hard work and perseverance. And they win. The end credits roll, and we sit there, stupefied by what we have just seen. The Acolyte is the single greatest Disney product for over 20 years. We are speechless, unable to move, unsure what to think, but after a few minutes, our hearts and our minds are racing. We head to the internet and see the reviews. It is loved. It is loved by all. The fight choreography, the dialogue, the music. Oh, the music. The story was good and pure and strong. The critical drinker pours one out to honor the show. Midnight's Edge is crying in the streets. Az finds himself uncontrollably dancing. Shad decides to name his next-born daughter Kathleen. And George Lucas himself holds a press conference where he tells everyone how the creative team of the Acolyte have captured the essence of Star Wars. We are forever changed by what we have seen. Unable to contain our joy, we break out in song across the world, and we are finally able to sleep free of the Disney-induced nightmares that have plagued us for so long. Star Wars is finally everything it was meant to be. But then they ruin it in Season 2 by having the entire first episode be a debate in the Senate for a need to add an extra A to the stupid acronym for the aliens, and sorry about that. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit. Well, that was my video for today, and who am I kidding? We all know this thing is gonna be absolute garbage. I'm not even planning on watching it. However, if this happens to be the first video of mine you've ever seen, I make parody and comedy Star Wars videos like What If Luke Was Fat? Or What If Wat Tambor kicked the crap out of Anakin on Mustafar? Or What If Padme invited the entire Jedi Council to her and Anakin's wedding? If you want to have a laugh, I would encourage you, go to my videos page and just click around, and if you see a title that sounds funny, I would be so grateful if you gave me a chance and clicked on it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that garbage.